So I'm going to build on Patrick's work and explore how some key aspects of the changing workforce are emerging in the workers' compensation claims data. We'll explore a few perspectives that have been top of mind for industry stakeholders. First, we'll tackle the aging workforce and the challenges it presents. Then, we'll explore the link between new hire claims and the job market story that you heard earlier. We'll zoom in even further to look at 3 industries that have their own unique demographic trends, and we want you to see a couple of additional, newer trends on the horizon that NCCI is monitoring. Let's dive right in with a look at the aging workforce. As Patrick just showed, there are a lot of moving parts to the aging population and to the aging workforce. But if we had to boil it down to a single number, well, currently about 1/4 of the labor force falls into the category of workers age 55 and older. However, that statistic understates the contribution that older workers make to claim and loss volume. A look at NCCI's claims data reveals that workers over 55 are overrepresented in the volume of lost time claims, and their share of lost dollars is even higher. In fact, over 1/3 of losses now come from workers over 55. Workers over 55 experience claim frequencies that are almost 1/4 higher than other workers, and average claim severities that are almost 1/3 higher than other workers. This highlights the unique risk exposure that older workers present, and this has become ever more relevant as older workers make up an increasing proportion of the lost time claim mix. Now, it's important to clarify exactly what I mean when I say that the share of claims from older workers is increasing. That increase has not come from folks who are getting close to the traditional retirement age of 65. As you can see on the left, the share of lost time claims coming from that 55 to 64-year-old age bucket actually peaked right before the pandemic and has been declining slightly ever since. In fact, a growing share of workers' compensation claims have come from workers even beyond the traditional retirement age of 65. On the right, you can see that the share of lost time claims coming from workers in that age bracket has been increasing steadily for more than a decade. Based on preliminary data, NCCI projects that approximately 8% of lost time claims in 2025 are coming from workers over 65, and that's almost double from a decade ago. Now, what's causing this phenomenon? Well, Patrick already gave you the answer in detail, but I'll summarize it in 2 words: baby boomers. Since 2019, more and more baby boomers have reached the traditional retirement age, but have not necessarily retired, which is fueling the trend that you see on the right. NCCI projects that these trends are likely to continue. One obvious cause is that life expectancy and medical care are improving, allowing more workers over 65 to continue working if they wish. Another factor is the decline of defined benefit pensions and poor savings rates among workers near retirement. For some workers without enough savings, continuing to work is a need rather than a choice. But there's also the human connection. Many older workers simply like their jobs and their coworkers. The desire to maintain connections and see some friendly faces every day may keep baby boomers in the workforce longer than you might expect.